Okay, we're recording. Great. Okay, so I had a few people who RSVP'd ahead of time. Debbie Manuel, Marge, Charlene, and Deborah. So just because I already had their names, we're going to start with them. And then if any of the rest of you has something you want to show, will you just put it in the chat? Just write your name in the chat. You should see a little, conversation bubble down at the bottom that says chat. And all you have to do is put your name in there. And then Deborah and I will kind of try to keep track of that, and we'll make sure we get to everybody. But is that clear, everybody? Thumbs up? Yeah, good. Okay, good. So we're going to start with Debbie Manuel. Make sure you unmute. Yep.
Yes. And then I have to work on lighting here a little bit. I've got my flashlight. This is a UFO that I'm working on from Ricky Tim's Super Seminar, Convergence Quilting. Anybody familiar with Ricky Tim's? This is, yeah, love is. This is years ago. And so now I have the center panel was finished, but I've added the framing to it. I'm looking at my fabrics and deciding what borders will go in. So I've got little patches that you can see just to practice seeing if I want to extend something out. I've got leftover fabric from the centerpiece, and then my big pieces of hand-dyed fabric that Ricky Timms includes, and of course, in his vendoring. So the fun part was the convergence and cutting 4 squares into strips and then reorganizing them, but I'm finally getting to deciding what to do with it.
Beautiful. And did you say this is just the center of it?
Yes,
or?
This is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How big will it be when it's
done? Most of them are 30 by 32, but I'd like it to be maybe a lap quilt. So it depends on how much border I want to add, of course.
Gorgeous.
Thanks.
You should have, if you have any questions, everybody, if you want to type those in the chat too, and we'll try to, we can always go back to that at the end too. Thank you, Debbie.
Quick question. Hit chat, but there's nowhere to type.
You should see, like, if it comes, you should see a whole list of people's messages. Do you see that? Like when you hit chat, do you see all the things that have been entered?
No. I hit chat, and then I get another chat, and then I get a share screen. Oh, participants, maybe.
Well, no, yeah. If you look at the chat, try to look way down at the bottom. Do you see a list of what people have asked?
Oh, over here on the side?
Uh-huh. Now look way down at the bottom, and you'll see a little grayed out message that says type message here.
All right, I'll work on it. You guys go ahead.
But I'm taking it that means that you have something to show?
I do.
Okay,
well,
good.
I don't have to leave a message. I've got something to show. Okay.
All right, I'll just put you on the list. Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Debbie. Did you have anything else you wanted to show?
Just that I also have a second convergence that might show the strips a little better. This was all hand-dyed instead of with a print. And so that'll be another UFO to work on. The 2 convergence.
Did you hand dye it yourself?
No, I've taken those classes. That's not my thing, but this is, again, some of Ricky Tim's fabric.
Can I ask you to show that quilt again and hold it steady for us?
This one?
Yeah, just hold it up to the camera and then just leave it there for a minute. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. That's lovely.
Gorgeous fabrics. Okay, so next we're going to hear from Marge.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So I'm going to do something because I've not done this before because I see all you guys doing it. I'm going to share my screen because I have some pictures. So I think I'm going to try this and see if it works.
Hang on a second. I probably didn't enable it. Let me do it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So does this work? Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is my needle turn. I don't know if like I've seen some of this I've put on Instagram, so probably some of you have seen it and some of you haven't, but this is one of my favorites. I'm hand quilting this. This is from a Sarah Filke quilt-along, and it's needle turn applique. And so I'm in the process right now of hand quilting. It's my first hand quilt, so it'll be very interesting. But I love it. It's fabric from Boundless from Etsy, or not Etsy, but Blueprint. So yeah, so that's one. I've got a couple. I didn't know how many we were going to do.
You can
Lord
do
knows I've been. Whoops, hold on. I've been busy because there's nothing else to do besides quilt, right? But now this I did put on Instagram too, but I love it because it's a it was a 6-year-old UFO. It's like I
Okay,
had
so
this
Marge,
bag. Yeah.
Marge, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
exit out of the first one you showed and then open the second one because we're still seeing the Sarah Filke one.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Oops, screen sharing was closed. Let's see.
So open with the next one and then screen share it again. There you
So
go.
is it good? Okay.
Yep.
So this was just a bunch of blocks that I had made. I was going to make a quilt for my sister and I started it and it just wasn't, it was just awful. I didn't think it was exciting at all. So I threw it in a bag. And so then now I got to get out of this one, right? And I'll show you the whoops. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Now here. So it turned out into this, which I thought was cute. It was fun to do. So it's a donation quilt, but it certainly looked a whole lot better than the other one.
So is this,
that's that one. Now the
wait, hang
one,
on.
all right.
Marge, so we're seeing
Yeah.
your whole list of stuff here. I'm assuming it's this one, it's the after picture. You
Yeah.
just need to open that so we can see
Oh,
it.
didn't you see it?
No, we've just got your whole list. Welcome to the wonderful world of Zoom.
All right. So can you see it now?
No, so you gotta,
Oh,
you probably have it open, but you just have to close this menu you've got open right now. It's probably open
Okay.
behind here.
okay. Well, maybe. So, oh, close this.
Close your list. Yeah.
Okay, but then I won't be able to get my other one.
You got to
So
open it on yours
here.
so you can see the full quilt on yours.
Can you see it now?
Yep, there it is. Perfect.
Okay, okay. So that's the after.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
yeah, it was fun. It was just, it was one of those improv things, like you just, okay, what am I going to do? So I just threw it. It was fun. It was fun. I thought it was interesting. So I won't do this again then. I will show you one last thing. Hold on. Now, am I still talking? And what do you see
Yep.
now?
Just you.
Okay. You see me? Oh, I don't see myself, so I don't know what I'm doing. Hold
Have
on.
you shared your screen? Just click on share
Um,
screen again because she stopped sharing.
Okay. So, but then where do I go?
Just open whatever you want to show us first.
Oh, well, I'm going to show you me. And I mean, like, I've got some stuff that I've got here. So how do I do that?
I don't know because I don't know what it is you're looking at.
Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be there.
Oh,
I
stop.
thought she
Yeah,
closed the screen share.
stop sharing, Marge.
Okay. All
Stop
right. I
sharing.
will. As soon as I can get there.
Okay, and then you can
Now
just live.
Oh my goodness. But now all I see is you. What's going on?
Just go up to the top. Do you see your viewing Marge Cree's screen? Or should-
No, I'm like, I've got to, wait a minute. I'm going to get there.
Okay.
No, I don't want to leave meeting. I want to cancel. So it's coming up where
I think it's kicking me out now.
you are screen sharing. Oh, I don't want to screen share. Stop share. Okay. Okay.
Stop sharing.
Yay!
go.
I got it.
Yay.
There you go.
Okay. So now I love my embroidery machine and I'm trying to figure out what I can do with it. So I'm doing Sheshko squares, like on gray and it's navy blue. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I've just done a few of these.
Oh.
And so I've got, I bought some fabric from So Modern Chickie. It was fat quarters of denims fabrics. So I'm gonna do a quilt like, kind of like this, with the shashko, with all the denim on top, and there's gray and denim. So it'll be interesting to see.
Oh,
But I had a test pattern. So you always have to test it before you do it. So I made this pillow. And it's just a little pillow with the shashko. I think it's cute. So, all right, I'm done.
Thank you. I mean, this
Sure.
is what I go through with every meeting. So listen, the tech, we're all learning the tech together. So don't worry about it. It is kind of nice to show pictures because, the lighting is always an issue. So, if you want to do that, that's great. We can all practice together. But thank you, Marge. As always, you're incredibly busy and prolific. So next is Charlene. Did we lose Charlene? I don't see, no, I see you, Charlene. I just don't hear you.
I'm going to speak for her.
Okay.
Can you hear me,
Yes, I can now. Yeah.
Edie?
Yeah, I can hear Sarah.
Okay. Her microphone doesn't work.
Okay.
She just said she was here
Uh-oh.
to watch.
Oh, she's just going to watch? Okay. All right. Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit, but I think you said that she's just here to watch. Is that right? Thumbs up, Charlene? Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll move on to Deborah. Did I lose Deborah?
Nope, I just had to get back to me to unmute.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. So I have a client quilt that I'm working on, and then making some circles. So I have to make 36 of these babies. Some of you commented, and thank you, Sarah, for reminding me, and Beth also is not here, that I've done this style of circle before. Even though I wanted to just practice with you would be surprised how many methods are out there to make circles. I think I tried 5 before I came back to this one. And it's just the one that you use freezer paper and turn the edges under. And luckily I'm doing a zigzag stitch on it, so it saves a little bit more time. And then I found a video about making a zigzag stitch and burying the thread, and how to stop at the end and not do a back stitch, so you don't see that little, on this one, I think. So in this one you can see where where it's overlapped a little bit maybe.
Right.
But on 3 or 4 of the 12 that I've made so far, you can't see it at all. I mean, it ends perfectly. And so I'm really enjoying trying to perfect the beginning and ending of my zigzag stitches. Unfortunately, because of COVID, my fabric that's on order for the rest of it is behind. So I'm stalled for that one right now.
So what's the secret, Deborah, to get it to, the zigzag not to do that?
Well, you don't back stitch at all. Number one, you just start stitching and end stitching, and then your last 3 or 4 stitches, you just get to the very beginning and stop, pull it all off the machine, and really pull the stitches to the back and tie them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Simple, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you all know that. I'm not a huge person to bury threads. I'm usually a back and forth kind of person to secure it. Excuse me. So that was the little secret on the zigzag. So this one is my, I have a tiny pieces quilt. That's, I think, what I named it. And I'm gonna put it up a little closer.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is my, using the graffiti applique method that I've shown before. All those pieces are hand cut, and then on top of them is the tool, but on this one you can't even see the tool.
Mm-mm.
Because I experimented with sewing the tool down instead of putting another layer of Misty Fuse on it. Typically I put Misty Fuse between the tool and the top of the quilt, and I didn't do that this time. It's just I sewed the stitches on the tool, and then I went around this outer edge and clipped off the excess tool.
Oh my God, Deborah.
No.
Did you have any problem with it shifting or bunching?
No, I pinned it down. It was small enough because this is like 10 inches wide. So the tool was only this wide. So I put pins. I put the tool over the whole thing, like over, a circle over it, and then I pinned around here. And then I just started sewing.
So did you quilt it first and then do the tulle?
No, I quilted on with the tulle on it.
Did
So
you use your long arm or your domestic?
I did because I know that I could have done it with free motion, but I hadn't I hadn't used my long arm in a long time. So, and I've never put a 10-inch quilt on my long arm. So I wanted to do it the hard way. But usually when I'm doing this, and I've done these little squares before. The last time I did it on the domestic. So, yeah. And then if you look really close, you can see that each of those pluses are quilted around. I'm getting better at it too.
Of course they are.
I was thinking about investing in a magnifying glass for my sewing machines to really get right to the edge, but I don't know. I don't know how ridiculous I want to be. Oh, but what I wanted to say is, so curated quilts, I think if you, I don't know if everybody gets it, or if you sign up for their newsletter, this is the first time that they have a challenge and you could order the fabric through them. So they have a challenge with specific fabric and you order the fabric. So that was pretty cool. And it came very quickly too.
Who is this?
This is a curated quilts challenge, a mini challenge. So they do like a call for quilts a couple months ahead, and they say, okay, our next theme is going to be pluses, and for the mini quilts, you can order this fabric because it's a prescribed fabric for just the minis. And they sent me 4 or 5 fabrics, and I just used these 2. So that was pretty cool as well, because the green, they're both grunge. You can't tell so much on the green because I cut it up, but they're this nice little grunge fabric. So fun. It was fun making that. It was nice to have a done in less than a week.
Deborah, you put us all to shame. My eyes hurt just looking at all those little tiny things that you were quilting. You're getting a hand from Charlene. She's clapping for you.
Thanks, Charlene.
Thanks, Deborah. You're amazing. Kelly, you're next.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn my camera around. So I'm in my bedroom. So, okay, so this is the quilt I showed in Paul's video, but I made some shams. So my lighting's not great, but so they're all a little bit different, but they're all with my leftover scraps.
Great.
So
Very nice.
here's the last one. It's kind of fun, a challenge of how to make it work. So
Those
that
are
was
certainly
cool.
my colors. It's beautiful.
Those are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then a while back when we did the, I don't know, the bee, I think the queen bees or something, it was like a couple years ago. I did a spider web block. And so I finally finished this. See, I got it quilted though.
Oh, they look great.
So, and then I have one more thing. I used, like I cut away the squares or the triangles from the back, like I didn't paper piece it. It's fabric, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like like this white part was a square, and then you paper piece kind of around it. So I had all these triangles left over, and it made me so angry to waste them. So I made this scrappy quilt top. I just finished it today, but I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like the black. It really makes all those colors pop.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was what I added the black just to give it like balance, like to cement, like give it foundation. So
It looked like a bunch of pair of pants.
yeah, kinda. It does. So
Oh, that was so clever. That looks
yeah,
fabulous.
and all the
Yeah.
colors came from my scrap, so that always made me really happy. So I'm gonna donate that to the baby quilt thingy. So
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
that's all.
That's all.
It's been a
Love
lot.
it.
You always have the best color sense, Kelly. They're always so
Oh.
bright and so cheerful.
Thank you.
Mary Smart, you're up next.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to show this for, I guess if I can see it in my little box, you can see it, right?
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Well, what this is my moonstone quilt from the Juicy Juice class last June. I mean, a year ago, June. And
You put us
can't
all
see,
to shame. Oh my
well, you can't
gosh.
I can't show you all of it because it's hanging over my long arm, but it's, let's see, 7 across and 9 down to be a big laptop. And then I finally got borders on it. If you can see that, I machine stitched it onto borders and then mitered the corners, which took me a while to figure out.
It's
But,
amazing.
Well,
Beautiful.
the reason it's done, I don't think I really believed I would finish it in my lifetime, but I enjoyed it. So when COVID started and I was just so distracted, I didn't get much sewing done for months. I was doing that while we binge watched TV, just tons every day. So now I've even started another EPP project because I just enjoyed having something to work on with my hands when, when I was killing time.
Sandra is asking, what's the background fabric, that beautiful blue?
Oh, it's just a Kona, and I'm not even sure which one it is. It's just a solid. I could try to figure out for my Kona card and let people know, but it's, it's just a solid. And the borders too, I just happen to have a lot of that. I love blue. I've never made a blue quilt for myself, even though it's my favorite color. So now I've made one. And it has a million, old and new fabrics, just a gob of blues.
It is gorgeous, Mary. It's stunning.
Well, thank you very much. I really didn't think I would ever get it done. I started off thinking, well, we'll see how this goes. Maybe it'll be a mug rug, maybe it'll be a table runner with this little tiny one with 3 of them. And then maybe it'll be a wall hanging, but I kind of I had enough blue. I thought it would be nice to have a big lap quilt long enough to go around my feet. So anyway, this is it. But I wanted to thank the Guild for having that class because I have never really done that kind of hand sewing before. And it really turned out to be a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. EPP is one of those things I think you really embrace or you don't. And I have to say, so far I loved a paper piece, but EPP haven't quite gotten there yet. I've done one of my Juicy Juice things, I think, and I haven't moved on from there, but it's gorgeous, Mary.
Well, it's done before it wasn't left in a bag for Morgan to have to deal with after I passed on, which is really what I thought would happen. But anyway, so I'm really excited about this one just because it got finished.
And it has a great story. You have a great story to tell about that quilt too, because of doing it in the pandemic and, not being able to sew otherwise. I think that's going to be true of a lot of the things that we do at this time, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Yes.
Okay, was that all for you, Mary?
That's all for me.
Okay, so Carol Evans is next. Did we lose you, Carol?
No, she mute.
I said, I'm sorry, let me get my husband to hold the computer so I can hang up the quilt.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Rob. Need it.
Edie,
Yes.
I sent you a notice that I have one item to show.
Oh,
but
perfect.
I guess I texted you or something and you didn't see it. But anyway.
Okay, I'll put down the list. Thank you, love.
All right, no, just come and hold the computer. Okay. And am I on? I'm on.
Yep, you're on.
Okay, hold on.
Pretty backyard.
I've got to. Hold on. Okay.
Oh.
Baby quilt.
Pretty.
I don't know what. Do I need to stand back further?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. Nice, just big colors. The babies love it.
Yep. So
Flip it
that's
over.
Baby
Show 'em
quilt 1. Hold on. All right.
Don't fall in the
Well,
pool.
back far enough.
Yeah, don't fall in the pool.
Baby quilt 2.
Pretty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. And one more. Here we go. Baby quilt 3.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
We don't have any babies.
Baby, as Rob said. Okay. That's
Thank
what I've been working on.
Thank you, Carol. Boy, are those all for the guild?
Yes.
Oh, of course, you're really churning them out. Let's see, Marge said, Mary, you put us all to shame. I think she's talking about your Juicy Juice quilt. Marge says she thinks she made 7 of them and she gave up, which was 6 more than I made. So you're doing great.
All right. I got my baby quilt ready to go.
Thank you,
After
Carol.
seeing Carol's
Good
quilts, I
fun,
may have
you
to
know.
throw mine away.
What'd you say, love?
After I've seen your baby quilts, I may have to throw mine away.
No.
Never.
Absolutely not. Per usual, love, they were all scrappy.
Well, they look great. Fantastic job. Hey, Sarah Lawson, you're next.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. I just have to say, it's so cool to see all your guys' quilt, and it's always a tough act to follow. I just really love seeing all this stuff, and I have a little bit of a story to mine. So you probably know that my mom started a group called Days for Girls. Well, she started a chapter of Days for Girls in Orlando. And Days for Girls, they make sustainable menstrual hygiene kits for girls in areas that don't have access to them. And so to have these kits, it allows them to go to school, to get more days, to get education. There's all sorts of good things that come from it. And their team recently reached 5 years and 3,000 kits.
Wow.
So I was thinking, I had some of these scraps from my mom from these kits, like too small to do anything with for the project. But with this baby quilt thing, I think, well, maybe we could make a few of those. So I've made 3 quilts in honor of their group. And I know a lot of the hands that help are also in the guild. And those represent each 1,000 kits. So I'll show you those. Oh, and I called it Grammy squares because that's what we call mom around here, is Grammy. And you'll see it's part of like a granny square idea.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
It is to see.
Oh, that
Wonderful.
that takes my breath away. That's beautiful. Scrap quilts. I love them.
Here's 2.
Oh, love it.
Aw,
Nice.
great job.
And here's the 3rd variation.
Say something, Sarah, so we highlight you. You got to keep talking when you're in speaker view.
Okay, sorry. I made an extra. It doesn't really go with the theme of 3 for each 1,000, but you know what? There's scraps left over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, cute. Very cute.
And these will all go to our community outreach project.
That's fantastic, Sarah. They're beautiful.
Hey.
Thank you.
And I love that meaning behind them. It's really fantastic.
Sarah, would you show the 4th one again? I think everybody was talking and wowing, and I just got to see all the people. So let's see. Talk so we can see it.
Yeah, and the 3rd one too.
Okay.
So keep
I guess I
talking,
have to
Sarah.
keep talking. I don't know how to fill space really, but here's the 4th one, the extra. Here's the 3rd
Sarah,
one.
did you applique those circles or?
I did applique those circles, yep.
Cool.
Mhm. This is kind of like a big block variety.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This one is the stretched block variety. See how some are longer and some are smaller? Again, I'm talking just so I stay on the screen. This is not really important information to have. Here's the first one. These are kind of typical granny squares.
I like the different sizes of the blocks.
Thank you.
It's so colorful. Thank you, Sarah. You've been busy.
Very cool.
Debbie Zopp, I think you're next. You just turned yourself off.
Gone.
There
Okay,
you
here we go. I was walking through, I gave myself a really big treat. I went to Hobby Lobby. Whoever thought I was going to say that, huh? And they had this black and white gingham seersucker. Have you ever heard seersucker? Well, it was.
I love
And then I went looking at the belts and I found this fabric that has fruits and vegetables on it, which I love fruits and vegetables. Don't ask me why, I just do. So I put the two together. I wanted to play with my embroidery machine and I came up with a brilliant idea because it has squares and triangles. If I just made it the size I wanted it, and then I could do like they charge you for, and embroidery around my fruits and vegetables. And here's what I came up with. And all I see is Paula. I don't know why. Can you see these guys? There we go.
Yeah.
We go up and down. There we are.
Oh, those are adorable.
So they're for the kitchen. They kind of go all seasons. And I really love them. And that's my big accomplishment that got finished. I got some more working on.
So Debbie, what are they? Are they towels or are they quilts?
They're towels. They hang on my refrigerator.
Nice finishing.
Those are great.
The embroidery thing worked. It was painful, but it worked.
They're beautiful.
Good result. Next is Love. Do we still have Love?
There she is. Unmute, Love. There you go.
I've got to try to get some light in here. Okay. Years ago, a friend in another guild got an embroidery machine and she made a dozen little Victorian houses and she was going to make a quilt, but she put it away and lost them. And first of all, she brought them to the guild and showed them, and I oohed and awed over them because I have a collection of Hallmark ornaments that are little Victorian houses and shops. So anyway, she couldn't find her little embroidery things when she went to find them. And so she made 12 more and promptly found the ones that were lost. She brought me 12 of them, and this is a decade ago. And I finally made a Christmas tree skirt to go around my pencil tree that I put the Hallmark ornaments on. And I don't know if you all can see this or not. Let's see. Can you all see me? Because all I see is the little tiny me. Okay.
Nope, I can see you.
Okay.
Oh. Can you hold it a little bit closer to your camera? We can see a little detail. Oh my gosh, look at those.
Oh, Love, you got to talk because I can't see you.
Yeah,
oh,
keep talking.
okay.
Okay.
Can you see the little embroidered houses?
Yeah, hold it up.
Oh,
hold it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
cute.
It's only about 30 some inches in diameter because the pencil tree is so skinny. But I used silks and things that are probably polyester but feel like silk.
Mhm.
And I used some old Christmas fabrics that have a lot of gold on them. But anyway, it's nice after 10 years.
All right. Love, can you spread it out? Oh, there. Okay.
That's cool. Very nice.
There we go.
Oh, I love the black and white in it.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to take a picture of that and send it to Paula for the slideshow so we can kind of see the whole thing at once. That's beautiful.
I can do that. Thank you.
Well, your story makes me think of Beth when she made all those Christmas tree blocks for her daughter's quilt and couldn't find them. And then I think she made a whole bunch more. And then as soon as she did that, she found the original ones. So she had, I don't know, 1,000 Christmas tree blocks at that point.
I have something about that too, so.
I think we've all done that at some point. Who else is on? Is anybody else want to show something, Paula? Yeah, go, Paula.
Well, it's a good follow.
You just muted yourself, babe.
There we go. Sorry. It's a good follow-up because speaking of Christmas trees, I did finish this somewhere, I can't remember, a couple of months ago, but it's kind of big. But this is the Christmas tree quilt that I was working on at the retreat. And a few of them are orphan blocks from Beth's leftovers that she gave me. And it's also the blocks that I won at Block of the Month. Now, I did have to add about 25, but still, I'm going to show you my Wanty Christmas tree quilt. Let's see.
Ooh.
It's huge. Okay, can you even see it?
Yes.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Okay. Anyway, and then
I love it.
These are some, I had like 5 boxes and they're not going to waste. So anyway, it was really, really fun. And I have a request to make another one for another relative this Christmas. So I'll get started soon. If anybody has any Christmas fabrics they want to swap, Marge, we talked about swapping scraps. I think Debbie too. And I'm so bored with my scraps, I could just scream. So I know we had talked earlier, Edie, about doing a scrap, and I know it's kind of hard to exchange them, but I'm bored with my scraps. I've seen everything now for a few years. I need some new stuff. So.
I have Christmas tree scraps, but they're not big.
Well, most of these trees are piece. They're either, improv together or, none of them are like whole pieces. That's what I like about it.
Well, I can gather together my Christmas.
Okay, well, I'll trade you by 2. I still have a lot left. So,
okay.
Anyway.
How many do you want?
I'll take as many as I can get, and I'll divide mine up and give them away. I don't want to see them again. So.
So that is one of the things we'd hope to do this year, where we're going to have a scrap swap. And you know what? It'll happen. We're going to do it sometime in the future. Yep. It'll happen. So Marge made a comment, and she said, we need to see that quilt when we meet in person so we can see it better. And I was just thinking that I think when we are back together, it would be great if we had sort of a greatest hits show and tell of the thing you made during this time when we've been apart, that, you're the most, that has the best story, or that you're the most proud of. I think that would really be a lot of fun. I'm just going to, if there's nobody else who's got their hand up or anything, I think I got to everybody. I'm just going to show you a couple little things. I have a lot of stuff in process, but as usual, I don't have anything completed, but I did want to show you these little, I don't know, I think you can see these. These are little cross stitch patterns. This one is September. And then this one is October. Can you see those?
Very cool.
Very cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
Well, because I don't know what month it is, for one thing. So,
well, it's not Halloween yet.
Right. If I had these in front of me, I know what month it is. But this is the best. I got these from Stony Creek, which is a huge website for all kinds of cross stitch and stitching. And it comes with the little pillow form in the case. So you only embroider this little piece and just stick it right in there. You don't have to sew the case. You don't have to sew the pillow. It's really awesome. And there's a different one for each month. So I'm trying to stay 1 month ahead. We'll see how long I can do that.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. And then the other thing, I'm just going to shift this light over a little bit if I can. I don't know if you can see these. Ooh, that's bad. Now you'll look like I'm underwater. It's a new cotton and steel bundle. It's around the world. This is called All Through the Land. This is the United States bundle. And I'm just in love with this. It's kind of earth tones, which is not normally my thing, but I want to make a quilt for my son when he finishes his graduate degree next year. And I don't know if you can really see this. These blues, these steely blues, I'm obsessed with these. Because, I never make anything that doesn't have some blue in it. So it kind of made me think of some of Mary's quilts. So anyway, at some
Those are really
point,
gorgeous.
this will become a quilt. You can hold me to that. I got to get a few other things finished first. So,
Julie, I sent a bunch of stuff today to go on the website for show and tell, but I figured they would not make it tonight. But I do have pictures on my cell phone, so I'm going to try this, and you can tell me if you can see these once I show them. Because I broke my arm in January, and then COVID came, and I also retired from teaching math. So I decided I was going to go into my unfinished projects and start on them. So I did a bunch of stuff. that I did finish. So the first thing I did was actually to just send the other quilt. So this was a blueprint pattern. Oh, Lordy, let me use my fingers. So, no, it's not going to come through.
Yeah, just
Oh,
hold
There you
back.
go.
That's
See
it. That's
that?
good. Yeah.
There you go. Keep talking.
Okay, I had made it, it came with this
Yes.
thing that said, here's a little extra fabric, have fun with it. And all the colors was enough to make 2 quilts.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the original pattern, but I made it with a dark blue background and gave it to my son.
Oh my gosh.
Now, all of those little cut off corners, I decided to do something else with. And I decided to go for all that gray stuff that everybody's showing. So I was working on this at the quilt conference. Okay, now I gotta get it, gotta find where it's gonna show. All righty, but it finished and I gave it to my friend.
Bring
Now
it
I
in
can't get
front
it.
of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
And I just put all the little
Oh, with all
corners
the
on
extra.
gray and floated them around.
I love that.
Mhm.
That's
And
really cool.
I discovered a new method. So the corners were small, so if you put a 1/4 inch seam on them to flip them over, they were not going to show at all. And so I got ticked and I took them all off and I stuck them all on Steam a Seam 2, very close together, cut them out, ironed them on, and then used my machine and tried out decorative stitches on all the edges. And then I quilted it with, although it doesn't show, it's very subtle, with in a diagonal pattern with a multicolor thread because of all the
Very
multicolors.
So you got
But
three
it was fun.
3 quilts out of that kit, basically?
Basically, and I still have fabric.
Wow, was that when
was
they were like going out of business and just giving everything away or something, or what?
No, that was before that, but I was just stunned at that. I was like, really?
Huh.
So then I discovered that my niece was having a baby. I guess I have to go way over here. So this is baby quilt number 1, all from my stash. It's Bob the Builder.
Oh, cute.
And then I went through my stuff. Where'd they go? Oh, the Florida thing at, I had made a quilt panel for a, oh Lordy, where'd it go? For a raffle. And I just used the main quilt panel and it had 2 pillow panels. So I made both of those. Oops, it keeps going away. I have bad fingers. I'm such a klutz. Okay, where'd it go? Anyway, I finished the 2 pillow panels. Okay, there they go. So that's the back, and that's the front and the back. And I did a lot of quilting, but I sent the pictures to the Quilt Guild so they can go on the website later and people get a better look. And then the last thing was 1 more baby quilt out of my stash. And I got, where is it? So, okay. This was a panel. And that's it. And I did lots of, it was a good one to practice quilting on because it had lots of wiggly spots. And that's it. So my maze quilt is still at the quilters. So I'm still waiting for it. So.
Well, you've been making good use of your retirement, it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So,
Anybody else? Anybody else still want to show something? That's on my list. So
I can show this one. I can show this one behind me. I mean, some of you might have seen it a little bit. Still work in progress.
Where are you? Let's see, Pam.
Just keep talking, Pam, so we know you'll pop up.
Okay. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
it.
cute.
Yeah.
It's a baby quilt. I still have to quilt it, but let me come in a little bit so you can see the squares.
So
They
pretty.
look like they're pieced.
That's cute.
I love it. Rainbow animals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
So-
nice. Very nice. Anybody else?
I have something on my phone.
Okay, yeah, that would be
I hope you can see it. This is cut and I have to still put the white grunge in between the blocks.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
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 keep talking so you come up.
Okay, this is, I did
Oh,
this with
wow.
5-inch squares. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I did this with 5-inch squares. And the little white things are off-white grunge. I got a really wild color to do the border with, but like I said, I have to put the trim thing on. Then this one here, I laid it out on my bed, and it's
Oh,
got to get sewn together too and go to the quilters, but it's laid out like that. It's more orange in the fabric itself than in the picture, but this was my first quilt, which is still needs to be sewn together.
Wow.
wait a minute.
Very nice.
Are you saying that's your very first quilt?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
I just started quilting. I just started when I was taking classes at the sewing studio from Cindy Phillips, and she is amazing. She says, yeah, she's perfect. So those big quilts are from her classes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Good for you. So,
That is amazing that that's your very first quilt. To do
I'd hate you to
something
see
that
my
looks
first
that
one.
perfect.
No, it's not me. It's Cindy Phillips. She says, anybody can do this. I will dumb it down for you. And I said, oh, thank you so much. So yes.
fantastic. Thank you, Mary. Anybody else got anything? I noticed Betty just joined us. Betty, did you want to show anything?
no, all I have, we're at our second home. The only thing I have is the 30 blocks are laying separated on the bed, which is my design wall. So, and what I do, I don't have a design wall. And at both houses, when I decide, a scrappy quilt, how I'm going to lay it out, I lay it out I put a sheet on the bed that is solid. I make a decision where I'm going to put all of them. And then if I have to take it to the other house to finish it, I just roll it up. I have this long hot dog and stick it in my bag. And then I get up here and I lay it out and I take a picture of it. And as I put it together, I keep all the right blocks in the right position.
Smart idea.
Anyhow, so it's all hot dog style right now. So I'm yeah.
Well, maybe
Betty,
show us next month if we
I
do.
put a flannel sheet on the wall, and that's for my large quilts, but I
Yeah.
couldn't roll it up.
Yeah. How do you attach it to the
With
wall?
tacks.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it
if you
doesn't.
see me right now, there is a grid behind me. That's a flannel sheet that I tacked up on the wall and did my maize quilt on that is now at the quilters. So
So that's a piece of flannel, but it's a grid thing.
well, it's actually the back side of a flannel sheet, and I actually put some tape on this one to keep me in line. There's some skinny masking tape on it to give me a grid.
Oh,
Smart. Clever
cool.
idea. Yeah. Anybody else? Well, ladies, this was so much fun. I think we need to do this on a regular basis. It's just great to listen to all of you and have you. I mean, the pictures are wonderful, but I think we've all really missed hearing everybody talk about their inspiration and what they're working on. So I think we'll probably do it maybe once a month or maybe once every 2 months, every 6 weeks. We'll do it again. Let's just put it that way. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, I'm not going to end the meeting, but you can leave the meeting if you would like. Deborah is going to try to give Charlene a little tech support so that maybe we can get her to be able to talk next time. So if there's anybody else that would like a little tech support, whatever we're able to provide, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. And you can go ahead